you just bear with me just 1 second. Uno segundo, por favor. And I think I'm ready to go. I know some of us would prefer that I don't tune up while we do this, but this is part of what I do. And today, the guitar it's out. So we'll just have to remedy that. Yeah. Here we go. Good morning, Anthony. Are you ready for another fine day of morning warm-up? I'm ready for another fine day of morning warm-ups. Here's the A, and whoa, this did some funny things overnight. All right, let's see what happens here. Wow, we are finding ourselves through the tuning here this morning. Yeah, just watching the morning light come off of the guitar, the headstock, getting the first glimpses of the guitar this morning. The first notes of the guitar this morning are coming alive. Good morning. Here, let me go ahead and just get with you guys on the program here. So there's a live video. Jason Carey Guitar is live this morning. Hey, that's pretty interesting. Duke and Mary, good morning. $100 if you play Blur Song 2. That's a really good. That's a pretty cool incentive this morning. Let me think about that just for a second. Let's get tuned up first. See how that works out. Are you here with the guitar, Drake, Duke, and Mary? So this is a morning ritual for guitar growth. Typically, that's what we do, is we focus on just waking up with the guitar. Validate. Why don't you go ahead and validate with me that you're able to do a super chat. That's funny. It's funny. Get it right. Well, I get almost nothing right in my life, so one day I may do something right, you know, and maybe today's the day. I think we're in good shape. I think we're kind of there. We're not quite tuned up yet. And I know for some of us this is a painful thing to watch, but it's just what happens here, you know. So it's a nice way into the guitar every morning, and this is something I do every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the entirety of 2025. It's a guitar growth program that I'm running, okay? And it's free. So if you bring your guitar, you might find something that you like during this season, this session. Duke and Mary, are you still here? Are you still with us? Just give us a note if you're still with us. Good morning, Justin. Good morning. That low E isn't really doing it this morning. There we go. I think we'll call this good. The A string might sounds like it's a little out. I'd like to get started so this is perfect here, and I know it takes a little bit of time sometimes to tune correctly, but tuning is part of the warm-up cycle for me. Yeah, it's Friday. We're supposed to be taking it easy today, but I think we're going to push a little bit today. There we go. So we've got a few players today. Anthony, we've got Mr. Haas here, two blue wrenches right off the bat. And I wanted to just, as we get going, as we continue through the second half of the year, I know we have a tendency to want to just get excited. I get excited and I get off the rails sometimes, but I really want to keep this live chat dialed into focusing on the moment, on the guitar ritual this morning, and it just kind of respecting the sacred space. And questions relating to the morning ritual of warm-up and commentary that way are definitely invited. So let's go ahead and get started. So 1 E end of 2, T E end of 4, 10 and 12. And we're off. I think what I'm going to do today is, I think it's going to be a little bit of a stretchy day, but I think I'm going to start warming up with running some stretchy chords through the cycle 4, just to get my fingers moving for what's coming for me today. So that's part of what the strategy is. I think we'll continue along with working the minor and major and altered pentatonics too. We'll start keeping those things folded into this mix. So as we go, I think I'm going to start with quintuplets and then sextuplets, or 5 attacks per beat and then 6 attacks per beat as we proceed through this morning. So I hope you brought your helmet and your chin strap. 5 star, good morning. Good morning, 5 star. How are you doing? So we've got Sky Animates, M Fish, Bernie, good morning. And Robbie, good morning. And Robbie again, good morning. Where did Duke and Mary go? I think they took off. So let's go ahead and transfer to 2 and 3, fingers 2 and 3 on 10 and 12, E and a go, E, and there we are. Moving right along through this sacred space, what we're finding one note after the next, and each note means something. It means something different to each one of us, but we're working one note at a time here. Yeah, and my hand's feeling a little crampy this morning, so we'll probably be leaning a little heavier on the stretching today. Yeah, and just a simple click. We're only one click away from the next grouping of tones. Well, this warm-up isn't really designed to be, it's not designed to, capture a large number of viewers. It's designed to be here for me. It's really designed to be here for my particular morning ritual, which I just happen to be broadcasting. And so it's this is something that if you are a guitar player and you're interested in learning about the guitar or starting to just become more engaged, or you feel like you're wanting to get with the guitar, this is a great opportunity for maybe for you too. So not Bono and the Edge and Adam and those guys, but for you as well. So here we go. 10 and 12, fingers 1 and 2. 1 E ended, 2 E ended, T E ended, faux E. There we go. Good afternoon, mate, from Britain. Oh, good afternoon, mate. Cheers, mate. Code D, are you here playing, just a quick question, are you here playing guitar with us? 5-star, good morning from India. Good morning. We've got Robbie here. We've got B. We've got Justin from Guitar for Everyone, and Lex G. Good morning. Good morning. And we've got some representation from India. We have some representation from Sky Animates. That was a great short about facing the light, Jason. Oh, thank you very much, Sky. I'm really working on just providing myself with meaningful check-ins, and I'm just trying to share with myself and remind myself what I've been experiencing over the years with I've said hundreds of students, I've trained hundreds, I've trained thousands of students, but I don't want it to come across like it's not some ego thing. It's just I've had the honor and the privilege of sitting with some really, really wonderful people, and some where their parents just made them come and I had to fire them, because they weren't enjoying themselves. But it's there's a pretty wide range of experience in there, and it's not, again, it has nothing to do with me saying, hey, this is me, and then put the fear in you, but it's about just observing and cataloging the actual experience of walking this path with others. It's an important path. It's, as you know, it's as important now as it ever has been to practice something that gives us connectivity or direct access to face ourselves. Like, just can't get over how David Gilmour and his wife, I guess, is a co-songwriter, and she's also a really wonderful novelist, I guess, or writer in some form or fashion. But to write the lyrics from that song and What Do You Want From Me is it's a wonderful, wonderfully recorded, wonderfully conceived album with guitar tone that you've grown to expect from Mr. Gilmour, and the lyric content doesn't disappoint. It's always sort of thought-provoking, and for me anyway it is. So 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12. Here we go, 2 T E go on. There it is. And we're just pushing right along here this morning. I don't want to dilly-dally. I feel like what I want to do is keep these morning sessions focused, and I kind of keep my ego keeps battling with this situation. You know, it's like, should I, you know, do I want to be the, you know, the entertainer or the, you know, the monkey doing the shiny thing so that I can attract more viewers, or do I want to actually stay true to what my objective is? And I think I'm going to remain true to what my objective is, and that is to remain, you know, to be a better man than I was yesterday. And that includes, for me, improvements and insights into my own personal guitar practices. And, you know, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just what I started out to do here and what I'm going to maintain. I love to have your company as we travel through the second half of this year. So 1E ended 2, 4 attacks per beat on 7 and 12. Go. Oh, Cody, yeah, okay, so here's what happens is, if you show up, so what's going to happen is we're going to just talk about the guitar like we've been playing guitar together forever. And if you show up with the guitar and just grab what you can for as long as you can, or whatever you feel like you want to do, that's good. Observing the show, if you actually wanted to be a guitar player, and if you wanted to do some gigs, or you want to just do something specifically for yourself, I mean, it's a great, relatively inexpensive way to entertain yourself. And after the years roll by, as the years roll by, you can record records and albums, or record songs, and you know, have a skill set. You have something to show for the time that you've invested. So it's free. It's just here for you to explore whenever you like. Come and go as you please. You know, there's no subscription needed at this point. And we're just doing this, just you and me. It's a very simple approach to the guitar, and it's a non-cluttered approach to the guitar. And if my ego gets in the way and I start saying, hey, go buy my merch, you know, go buy my merch, or go look at the videos I've done on my channel, look how cool I am, and look how awesome I am. There's really no place for that here. You know, my intention for the morning ritual for guitar growth is to have a sacred space developed for the guitar and the guitarist. It's really the guitarist who wants to abandon the ego and support a live chat that encourages personal, emotional, guitaristic growth that's both good for the person, the family members around the person, the community around the person, and the world at large. And I know it can sound hokey to some, but when you live it every day and you put your trust in God, your trust being in God, you can arise and follow that conductor and fear no danger. The guitar is, it can be a reflection, a mirroring pool, where we really examine what's going on in the world. It can be a way to dive deep into these critical moments of world history and personal history, or neighborly history, or it could be complete fantasy. There are just so many things to chase down while we play the guitar and practice the guitar, that I want this to be a very focused and very simple, easy to approach, low barrier for entry guitar workshop that happens. It just happens to be happening every day, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And you know, my rate, I'll tell you right now, my rates are $1.50 an hour minimum, right? So just for whatever reason, that's what I can demand. And I don't think this has anything to do with money, right? To me, what we're doing now is worth more than money. All right. Cody. So I hope you join us, Cody. I hope you join us. Zach Attacks in the house. All right. B. Eric Goldman. 4:30 a.m. coffee and guitar. Doesn't get better, brother. Oh, man. I'm with you. I have to say, I'm with you. These are the moments that we live for right here. I mean, I'm still as excited. Let's go ahead and continue. Fingers 2 and 3 and 4, 10, 11, 12. T, E, and go, E, and There we go. And we're off. Like a herd of turtles. So I wanted to continue along this thread of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth sometimes, or maybe it's all nose breathing. Zach Attack and Morgan Bernie, Robbie. Yeah, I love that approach from Eric right now. Just a really great approach. Adrian Clerks, good morning. Good morning. From Australia, this is super to hear. And Marlon's back on the game here. Good to see you, Marlon. Mr. Grubbs, Mr. Clerks, thank you for being here. Good morning, Mr. Warner McWenna. Raul, good morning. Those were some of the best days of my young life. That's right. His t-shirts are cool though. The guitar practitioner. It's I know, Justin, it's so tempting just to say all of those, you know, good marketing things that I've learned over my lifetime and just be all up in it. But that's not the place for this. You know, I've decided that we're going to keep this, you know, and with the help of the Blue Wrenches, we're going to keep this chat dialed in. I think it's just, it is a sacred place for those of us who are showing up, not 10, 11, and 12. It is a sacred space. So we can save all of the advertising, plugs, and marketing for some other time, right? So 10, 11, and 12, 1 and at 2, and at 10, 11, and 12, 1 and 2 and 3, go. Here it is. And, you know, for better or worse, we'll maintain, I'll go ahead and maintain this, you know, to the best of my ability, you know, over the rest of the year, because I'm here every weekday morning doing this alongside you. For myself as a guitar practitioner, a fellow guitar practitioner, and I will, you know, far be it from me to get in your way of focusing on the moment. Okay. So here comes the moment of the 0 fret. And we're still working for attacks per beat. I just want to sit around the campfire and jam with my friends. That's a wonderful sentiment, Sky. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep those, if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and keep these promotions and stuff to a minimum. We're going to focus on, just trying to focus on the moment. ahead and leave those promotional ideas for another time. 1 E and 2 fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 10 and 9, 10, 11 and 12. Go. And it's at a risk. I know it's like, it's a great, it's a great venue to be dropping the names and dropping the links and dropping all of the creds and stuff. And I certainly do appreciate it. But I'm just going to focus on working the moment and getting us through a good quality morning ritual for guitar growth. For better or worse, and I'm sorry if it disappoints anybody. But this is the way it's gotta be. And we're just focusing on 1, 2, 3, 4. Coddle. It is the morning ritual guitar today is the Martin DX2E, and it could be any guitar. It could be a $50 Stella guitar. It could be a very simple, a mandolin even, right? I was gonna have a mandolin here today, but I left it up at the house. And we'll go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3, 4 finger stretch. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. So it's just the same thing that we just did, but with a 4th finger stretch. Good. Chance, thank you, Mr. Cottle. Thank you very much for asking that question. It's good. A mandolin, that's right. Just getting through the warm-ups, building the strength, building the continuity of tone. And building this thing called guitar practice. The guitar practice, as you know, comes after, the guitar practice comes after the thing, right? And we have the guitar practice that becomes a big old container or matrix of ideas and techniques and proficiencies that can take some management to maintain. But these aren't the moments that we think about all that there is to do in the day, all that there is to do in the management of the life of a guitar practitioner. It's this is just about where the rubber meets the road in the moment that it's hitting the road. 1 E and 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kickstand back to fret 8 with finger 1, so we're doing the 1st finger stretch. 1 E and 2, you know what to do. It looks like a good finger exercise. Are you checking in, Chance, to, do you have a guitar in hand? This is designed for you. It's designed for me. So when I say me, it means you, right? This is designed for someone like me who, you know, maybe has a little experience or no experience, or, you know, a lot of experience, or is looking to just be a better guitar player or guitar practitioner than they were the day before this. So if you tune in with a guitar in hand and you play what you can, I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and you just grab what you can. I'm going to talk about the guitar like we've been talking about the guitar together forever, and then what you can do is pull from it what you will, and eventually, you know, you start to feel comfortable with what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, and the reason why I'm doing this morning ritual, which is a sacred place, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the entire year of 2025 for free. It's not a membership only thing, and you know, this would be a top tier member thing, right? But it's not that. It's free this year. So, but it is a sacred place to learn and to do the things that we maybe otherwise wouldn't take the time to do. So hopefully we can all get together on the same page here. All right. I love the Taylor things. You know, the Taylor guitars are wonderful. Martin guitars, this happens to be that Martin, you know, DX2E, the burst one, you know. I think my fingers are starting to feel like they're coming together here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the old 1, 2, 3, 4 because I love doing this. You know, it's a great place to explore alternate picking as you have one attack per string, and then you move directly on to the next string. 1 E and 2, T E and 4, and if you have seen it, you know what's going on. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and re-watch at 32 minutes in. You can re-watch this at half speed and start to break this apart. Once this live stream completes its airing process, we do make all of these videos available for on-demand viewing. So you could go back and watch these little segments where you're doing this really cool, you know, finger pattern, 4 middle strings now, and just kind of work through this at slow, you know, half speed, and it becomes more apparent to you what it is exactly we might be doing here. And you can study the right hand, or the picking hand in my case. That's right, and just while we go through this, I remember I'm thinking about an upright bass player friend of mine who, when he plays the bass guitar, his jaw gets all, his tension just lives in his body. Or it did last time I worked with him, but maybe that's all changed now. It's all speculative, of course, but if we work on the breath while we're doing these exercises, we can release any pressure that we find existing in our body, right? Angel, Nick Swartzen. Good morning, Angel. Good morning. Sean Cope, hours and hours of scales. I'm 59. I've played since 5. Well, I learned them. Played good. Very cool, man. Very cool. Sean, that's where the rubber meets the road, man. Let's go ahead and take a look through some new, not new stuff, just moving along, moving right along. This is another exercise I enjoy doing because it incorporates some tonality now, some finite tonality, minor 7 flavor with 1, fingers 1 and 4. I'm on position number 1, and the position is indicated by where the first finger is laying. So for example, we've been playing in this warm-up, this 1, 2, that 1, 2, 3, that 1, 2, 3, 4 warm-up. That starts in 9th position, and I can also reach, you know, with a 4th finger stretch, I can reach fret not only 12, but I could reach 13. I could also kick that first finger back, reach 8. So we do have some options here to explore. Maybe tomorrow we'll start working on those things, but for now, I wanted to just reintroduce you to first position, 1, 4, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 3, and then 2, 1, 4. I know it's a lot to look at if you're just coming into it, so you can go back and re-watch this at 36 minutes in and look at the minor or the minor 7 arpeggio that were used as a method for warming up the fingers. Again, it uses all 4 fingers. Switch to 5s. 5s are important too, you know, 6s are good. We'll start breaking those things down. Now let's go ahead and, where are we at from here? I wanted to work on some of these, oh yeah. Been working on Pentatonic, so I've got to work through those. Yesterday we worked through these. We did I think today we're starting here. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, and then some of us reach back for that, you know, I'm not going to reach back today. I'm just going to use the 4th finger because the 4th finger needs some work. Let's see. Jason, do you ever experience insecurities as a guitar practitioner, and how do you deal with them? That's a good question. Let's work on answering that one. Yep. All right, here we go. We're starting on fret number 10. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, and then 1 or 3. I guess 1 note on the G string. And then 1, 4, 1, 3. 1, 4, 1, 3 on the top. Never put butter on Pop-Tart, so good. Good. That's correct, Zach. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at figuring out where we are. We're engaged in a morning ritual for guitar growth. And I think that sometimes, you know, goes along with a little bit of, and I know some of us are working on our own schedules and our own growth, and I commend you for doing that, and your own channels and all of those things. But I think in order to keep this live chat kind of alive and focused on the moment, because some of us actually want to be here to warm up with the guitar. And while you're doing really good work, and I really appreciate you doing your own growth, we'll go ahead and work on promoting those things in other ways at another time. So I wanted to just make sure that we're all on the same page, at least for this particular morning ritual. Just staying in the moment, right? And it's a hard thing to do, even for me. Those insecurities that we're getting, we're going to talk about insecurity here. insecurities come from, do you think, Justin? Because I remember an earlier version of me used to walk into rooms full of legislators and senators in a black tie tuxedo wearing rooms full of distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and I remember sometimes the anxiety or the, what do you call it, insecurities would creep in and take over. One of the ways in which you can overcome any of those obstacles, if you asked any sniper or any three-point expert or any field goal kicker or any expert in their fields, like that involves some kind of physical perfection, most of them will all answer using one word, How do you overcome insecurities as a guitar practitioner? Here's the next shape, by the way. So we're moving from here, so but we'll move it down to position number 9. So 9, 12, 9, 12, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. I know it's a lot to look at. But just moving your fingers along with it, even if you're using only fingers 1 and 4, is cool. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing. It's just at some point you might decide that you actually want to practice this right here. The minor pentatonic or the major pentatonic or any form of altered pentatonics. But if it's, brand new, it's hard to keep up with, and that it's not something that we need to do, But if you do decide you want to do it, here's the shape. It's 4, 1, 4, 3, 3, 1, and then 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. So the insecurities, yeah, I think we all have those insecurities. I don't think any one of us is immune to it. Are we, I think it's just I think faith in God that you're doing the right thing is super important. I could say breath. Most people will answer breath. Most laypersons will answer with the word breath. Learn to control your breath, and you can control everything you need to control. Chris, can you sing Always Somewhere? Oh, from the Scorps. Yeah, the Scorps are great. Yep, wonderful. And I wish I had it in me to do that this morning. Sometimes I'll do this kind of stuff and just sort of disengage from the morning ritual. But the purpose that I'm here, right? The purpose that I'm here, I have to remind myself, do I want to sing a bunch of songs? Yes. Number one, yes. Play a lot of songs? Yes. Do I want to get a lot of views? Yes. Absolutely, I want to get a lot of views, but how important is it to me to maintain my own guitar practice and continue along with my own journey? I have to admit, I've got to prioritize this because I've learned time and time and time again. This is another time for a stretch right here, actually. The thing that, I've come to learn that I'll unlearn again tomorrow, but the thing that I've come to learn, and for some reason, I keep learning it, is charity starts at home. Charity starts at home. And if you don't take care of yourself and you allow injury to occur to yourself, it's really not doing you any favors, is it? Right? So having good, solid, boundaries like, hey, I'd love to play the guitar and sing and dance for you all morning long. And it's hard for me to not just jump on it and do that because, you know, I could hold probably more viewers and I could certainly make one person happy, at least two people happy, because I'd be happy in the mix too. But it's not about that right now, right? Right now, it's about taking a moment, learning how to re-engage with myself, with my breath, and breathing in and out and maintaining a steady breathing cycle. And then also taking care of my body, because my body is going to be the one that facilitates the transaction between what's going on musically in the mind up here, and it's going to translate. My body is going to be the one that translates the thing to the guitar. So that's really important for me. And if I don't do it now, if I don't take this morning ritual and this time to do that, then I don't have any other time during the day. The rest of the day is dedicated to practice, to actual practice, right? So there's a difference there, I think. All right, let's go ahead and start again enjoying these brand new arms, okay? I'm starting with major 7, and it's the, root 6 major 7 chord C, and then F major 7, root 5 major 7, and then root 6 again, major 7, this time B flat, and then root 5 major 7, this time E flat, and this time A flat, and then you notice how I'm spending some time I'm spending the time letting the notes ring out a little bit more instead of being in a hurry, because there's so much beauty in each one of these chords if we observe how carefully we can play these chords and then unfurl these chords. That will give us access to one note per beat, and then we're back to where we started. So the thing about the cycle 4 that I like is if I start working with C major 7, I remember that, hey, there are like inversions and variations of C major 7 or C major 9 all over the guitar. So I should be learning and practicing all of those too, shouldn't I? So part of my warm-up is allowing that space to enter my practice. Because this isn't all about, but these aren't all speed drills, these are accessibility drills for me. Yeah. So I might start this with this inversion of C major 7. Which is still, root, I guess the root note's on the 3rd string here, but it's 3, 7, root 5. And this gets to get us back a little bit closer to where we came from, which is my Ted Green's chord chemistry series. So if you haven't yet checked that out, I highly recommend that you check out this chord chemistry, Ted Green's chord chemistry lengthy series on my channel here. So this version is C major 7 with the 3 in the bass, and then if F major 7 would be the 3 in the bass, and with 3, 7, 1, and then 5 on the top. So completely different, same sonority, different inversion. So let's go back through again and then just retitle all of these, okay? Sean, good morning again. Happy Friday. I heard someone say that you can either serve your habits or your habits can serve you. That's a good one. Let's see. Oscar Ramirez, I can't see the comment for some reason. I don't know what's going on, some kind of tech thing. All right. Those positions were difficult because I have spider difficile because I have spider leg fingers crossed up stumbled. Yeah, I know the feeling. So here's another thing to do with those, right? So why I'm bringing this up, because it's good. It's great. It's a great exercise to move between. I can really just benefit from using the, let me just shift this over here a little bit so you can see the pick hand more clearly. I'm just working on alternate picking. It's another picking like a right hand approach here. Hey Justin, I'm not sure if I answered your question or not. Good. So the same thing applies to C major 7, F major 7 with first inversion, and then E flat major 7, and then E flat major 7, and then A flat, and then D flat. Where are we at here? G flat, C flat or B, and then E major 7, and then we have A major 7, and then G major 7, and then we have C major 7. And I know I'm moving right along, but really, okay, cool. Oh yeah, yeah. So the question isn't easy to answer, but there's only one truth, and that everybody deals with it, and some of us push through it and develop the resiliencies to push through it, and some of us just decide not to develop the resiliencies to push through it. And you know, I know it's possible. I know it's a possibility, and you know, but one day you just have to switch it off. Just switch it off, and then it's either you switch it off or you don't. It's a really simple approach. Yeah, you can let the poison. Oh, you can listen to the serpent's tongue, or you could ignore the serpent's tongue, right? The serpent's tongue will offer instruction, and that instruction is intended to get into the ears of the listener, but you can choose to ignore all of those things that would cause insecurity. Do you know what I mean? You can legitimately ignore all of those things that really don't matter. What matters is what you think. And am I in service to God, you know, and am I aligning with the right things, you know? So here's another thing. And we could stay on one position or one chord shape for a long time and just explore options like finger picking options or flat picking options. What happens if I happens if I just hammer on one of the notes? It changes into a different cyclical loop. So those things become handy as we go. But palm muting, so if you listen to the, who's that? Oh, you know this tune. How else do you find chords like that? So how else do you just like pick a chord and then you just kind of run with it? I think all of those ideas formulated from good quality seat time and practicing and just giving ourselves the opportunity to wonder about what it is we're doing. We don't always have to be the fastest gun in town, the fastest pistol in town. The speed does, create fear in the other players and submission. Hey, I'll never be as fast as that bloke. But it's not all about, fortunately for us, it's not all about the speed. Do you know what I mean? Glowfeet Gaming, good morning. Stavik official, finger pick those notes instead. Oh, good idea. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I really appreciate you all being here this morning and going through all the guitar player live streams before I go live. All right. Sounds good. All right, so party on, Garf. Sean Cope, Satin. Oh yeah, Satan always tries to devour the hearts of your guitars. It's a tough little spot. So you could finger style all of these. You could play one note, the root note, and then the remainder of the chord. So. You see what I mean? It's like we don't always have to do the things that are obvious to everybody. We could work on forward rolling. Or reverse rolling. There's a lot to kind of work on here, so I appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everyone. Until Monday, enjoy the sunshine. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. Thank you, Anthony, for being here. Have a good day, everybody. And let's see. Robbie, thanks for being here. Have a great one. Wonderful weekend. This is going to be a wonderful weekend. We have some high winds coming in. And if you are here, thank you for helping this live chat to remain a sacred place of focusing on the guitar moment of the warm-up. And I appreciate you leaving promotions for another time, because I'm very happy, I'm very excited that you are all growing as people and guitarists. and starting to do your own thing. So if you're here, thank you. All right. And let's see. If we were playing C major chord only then for solo or lead, which one to play? Oh yeah. Let's play this one, right? Let's play this one. This is a great C major chord to know. So let's try this one right here today. So it's root on fret 3 on the A string, 5th on the 5th fret on the D, skip the G string, and then hit the B string on fret 5, which is the 3, and then the major 7 goes on top. So this is a good one. And then we playing that all the way through the major scale. And then we have running out of frets here on the acoustic, but that's no excuse. There we go. So happy day, happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here, and maybe with any luck we'll see you again on Monday morning, because this is every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. If you're still here, smash the like button for me, for Uncle Jason. And don't forget, I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we can play some more on Monday. But keep an eye on some videos that are coming out on the channel for this weekend. All right, until we meet again, I wish you happy picking.